you as being as close to the Warriors campaign as ever. How troublesome is this stretch right now? We've seen DeMarcus Cousins exposed defensively. We've seen the lip reading incident involving Steve Kerr about Draymond Green, and this is what Kerr had to say yesterday when talked about the lip reading that we all saw on Twitter the night before.
Lip readers were wrong. What I said was, I beg to differ with Draymond's approach tonight. Those are my exact words. I don't know how somebody misconstrued that. It's modern life. Everything's recorded. Everything is filmed. I've decided I'm now going to get a giant laminated board with all of my play calls, and I'm going to turn into an NFL coach from here on out.
Well, I love Steve Kerr in every way, shape, or form, Ray. He handled it with humor, but the bottom line is that at the very center of all this, that he does appear to be tiring of Draymond Green's approach. How serious is this right now for a Warriors championship run?
It's not that serious, but it does speak to an issue that's been going on with this team for at least a couple of years, if not longer, which is that they seem to be perpetually aggrieved more than most teams by the officials, to the point that sometimes Draymond will just get lost in it. And I think to a lesser extent, DeMarcus Cousins is also guilty of that. That there's this sense that part of Draymond being Draymond is losing his mind about a call here and there. And as a result, he doesn't get benefit of the doubt anymore. And so, they work him far closer to the letter of the law than most players. And Steve Kerr has sort of tried to laugh this off and front this off, but now it's starting to bother him. And I think it's bothering him because the Warriors' sort of margin for beating the hell out of other teams is narrowing. So now they're closer to the kind of team that needs all the advantages it can get. And when you're on the wrong side of the officials, you lose one of those advantages. I mean, they led the league in technical fouls in 2017. They led the league in technical fouls in 2018. They're one behind Oklahoma City in 2019. And I think they've gotten a reputation with officials that they complain about way more than they have business complaining about. And I think that, when Draymond goes off on those sort of momentary rage tangents that sometimes he doesn't pull back out of, I think he starts losing, the thing that makes him good, which is, sort of that aggression, and he gets frustrated, he gets lost, and I think that's what Kerr was complaining about, because for the most part he likes Draymond Green. Draymond Green is his kind of player because he was a bit of an RA when he played too.
I
think that's where we're at now. It's just the Warriors are not playing well enough to be able to indulge themselves, with this referee's screwing me, or how do I get in, Ed Malloy's grill? That at some point you'd better be winning by a lot.
So none of this has to do at all with Draymond and Durant back here in Los Angeles that caused Draymond to be suspended one game. I find it hard to believe that that's totally wiped out and that July 1st doesn't loom right now. I mean, it's entirely possible, though, that they are lead pipe wielding championship professionals who can maybe box it up for best they can to make one last run here or another run. And none of that's lingering at all, right?
I don't think so, because it would have shown itself in other areas. The weird thing about the Warriors is, for all their difficulties in keeping the foot closer to the bottom of the pedal, is that they haven't let this linger. I mean, there's no signs that it's lingered. I mean, it may come up again in July when Durant finally decides to leave, if he does. but they've been really good at compartmentalizing their situation. So I think Kerr's frustration with Draymond Green is that Draymond Green's not playing very well this year. This is not the same Draymond Green of the past. He doesn't sort of help them out with the occasional three, so their spacing's a little bit off. And he is, while he's still been good defensively, he hasn't been as good as Draymond Green has been in the past. And when you put that together with all the other things that have sort of beset this otherwise invulnerable team, I think the little things start to get seen more. And when you're getting your hat blocked at home by the Phoenix Suns, everything looks bad.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.